بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah everyone. My name is Muhammad. I'm here to give a quick introduction of how I got to know the Ressale Noor. I got to know some brothers in the Netherlands. They had weekly meetings for the Ressale Noor and they were teaching in Dutch. That was around 2010, how I got to know about the Ressale Noor. At first it was a little bit hard to get into because the Ressale Noor, the way it's written, it's very deep. It's a vast ocean of knowledge with a lot of very deep examples. So it took some time to get used to it. But once I got used to it, I truly fell in love with it. And the reason for that is because it gives a lot of very practical examples that we can use in our daily lives. It touches with a lot of modern problems and modern challenges that we have in our society that other books don't really touch upon. It's a very practical book, to be honest, because it gives a lot of practical examples. It gives a lot of good explanations for the layman, but also for the more knowledgeable persons in the fields of science and in other fields. And what else I really like about it and how I feel that I benefit from it, it gives a lot of stories, examples in the form of a story. Which makes it very easy to read, very easy to follow, very easy to relate to, and that helps me to translate it to my own life, and it helps me to start practicing it because it gives a lot of examples. One of the examples, for example, in the first flash, he talks about Nurus when he gets swollen up by the big whale. We've all heard this story 1,000 times and whatever, but in the Ressale Noor, it describes it a little bit different. It shows us what is the night, what is the sea, what is the whale, and how do you translate that into our time. How our whale is far more dangerous than the whale of Yunus alayhi salam. How our night is far darker than his because of the current situation that we live in with this much fitna around us. And then he teaches us how we should keep saying La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh dhalimin. So for me, it's like I could directly practice this into my daily life, and I think I really like that. And the other thing I like about it, which is a little bit different from other books, you don't have to read it beginning to end. Like you can just open it, grab one chapter, read that, take your benefit from it, and then close the book. So like every little piece is its own story, its own book, its own golden nugget. And of course, the more you read it, the more benefit you get from it, the more knowledge you get from it. For me, it's like some stories I've read 20, 30 times, and if I read it again, then all of a sudden I see different things. Or if you read it with different brothers, they see something totally different in it because it's such a deep, deep ocean of knowledge, which is very, very beneficial and useful for everyone in our present and current times. So yeah, that's about it, and thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.